Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Solano College Sports Network. We're here at the lovely Ed Hopkins Stadium, and we have a good one here tonight as the Vacaville Bulldogs will be taking on the Rodriguez Mustangs. I'm Robert Murray. I'll be doing play-by-play duties for you tonight. On my left, Mason Flores. To my right, Domingo Danes. Mason, I'm going to start with you. Vacaville is coming off a big win last week versus Pioneer. How can they take that success into tonight?
Yeah, the Bulldogs are an offense ran by their passing game, but they are able to run the ball to set up the passing game. With 944 rushing yards total, they have multiple guys with 100-plus rushing yards. That's how they will continue to have their success and dominate like they did last week. And on defense, their guy is number 15, Nicholas Lozano, with 26 total tackles and also 8 tackles for loss. That's a huge boost for them on the line of scrimmage, and expect them to stay in zone coverage to make tackles in space and give a lot of space for their receivers on the opposing side.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mason. And now Domingo, those Mustangs. It's been a tough 2 weeks for them, but how can they bounce back here tonight at home?
Yeah, this home field advantage could be key for the Mustangs this week as they are 2-0 at home. Despite falling to 2-3 last week in their third road loss against Vanden, 28-7, this game could be a turning point for the Mustangs in their season, as both have the same style offensively, which is playing smash-mouth football, running the ball, as that could be an advantage for the Mustangs also defensively. And a major key for them to win tonight is to beat the Bulldogs at their own game and making sure the Mustangs can stay keyed in on the offense with their rising star, number 19, running back Darian Charles, starting to get more of the carries. And if he can get going with mistake-free and disciplined defense, that is what this game will come down to, as this is essentially their season, to try to win the MEL. And tonight they will try to put this losing streak behind them against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll see if Darian Charles could get more of that explosive run game going for these Mustangs. But we're going to head down to the field with Josh Mahika and Kaylee Bartlett for their report.
Robert, thank you. The Bulldogs are hungry and ready to do some damage here at Hopkins Stadium as they're coming in with a 3-game winning streak. But they're not just looking to extend their winning streak tonight. They're also looking for payback after last year's stunning loss against the Mustangs in their home turf. Quarterback number 8, Brandon Jackson, said that they beat us last year, and that's what motivates us coming in for tonight's game, as he leads in the entire Monticello Empire League in completion percentage with 70.8%. And on their defensive side is none other than number 5, Jake Williams, who has 43 total tackles now and was a key factor during their victory last week against Pioneer. So we get to see these two seniors once again lead their teams tonight for another potential victory. Now on to you, Kaylee.
Thank you, Josh. Tonight we are here at Rodriguez High School taking a closer look at the Mustangs. Now tonight we have some insider information given to us by Coach Kakoska, and this information starts with junior quarterback Trey Sias. Now he has scored over 3 touchdowns this season, but he has some big plans tonight, both defensively and offensively, along with Darian Charles, who is averaging over 70 yards per rushing game. Add Gideon Mayo into this mix, and we have quite a game under the lights tonight.
Thank you, Josh and Kaylee. And now we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop for all your video production needs. National Anthem just concluded here at Ed Hopkins Stadium, and should be a good one here tonight. We have Rodriguez, who won the MEL last year, and they ruined Vacaville's homecoming last year as well, so Vacaville looking for a little bit of payback here tonight.
It's kind of weird. I forgot that it was homecoming night for Vacaville last year. Usually you schedule those, the coaches schedule those for bad teams that you're playing against. And I think Rodriguez maybe took that as a little motivation. I feel like every team, when you're going to someone else's house, and you know it's homecoming, you're like, oh yeah, it's homecoming night, let's ruin it. And I feel like that was a little disrespectful to Rodriguez's team last year because they were so good, and usually people think that they're bad. So I think this is a rivalry, obviously, and I think we're in for a good one if all things go right for both teams. So I think it could be a shootout. It could also be a defensive battle. We know how both of these defenses move around, so I expect any kind of outcome.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's going to be the case. Both of these teams are going to, get ready to run this ball, and it depends on who's going to stay disciplined in their keys, who's going to, the fundamentals, who's going to tackle, who's going to be playing their coverages right, knowing their zones, knowing the plays of the defenses. And as you see, this crowd, this game is going to get real hectic, real loud.
It's Devin Bishop and Jake Williams back to return for the Bulldogs, and Trey Saez will get this one underway. Fielded inside the 5-yard line, not able to pick it up, picks it up now, has space to the left sideline, bouncing off a few tacklers down at the 19-yard line is Devin Bishop.
And it's such a fortunate situation for this Rodriguez team to have a kicker like Trey to be able to make tackles, because, that's just another perk that you have.
Yeah, he's also, he plays linebacker too. In a 7-on-7 camp that he actually attended this offseason, he actually was named best defensive player, best linebacker. So, his play is just as good as it is on offense as it is on defense.
Well, and we could see Saez, he's lined up in the defensive backfield.
Yep.
Playing that safety position.
Yep, too high. That's another key to this game, is who will commit the least amount of penalties between these two teams, because as we've seen with Rod in the past few years, their penalties have really hindered them sometimes, and I think that would be a huge part of their game if they can clean some of those up. And a lot of that's coaching. So if you practice the right way throughout the week, then you should be able to correct those mistakes.
Well, a false start on the Bulldogs already backs them up. As you were talking about penalties, Jackson takes a snap, looks right, throws that way, and is stopped immediately, and it's dropped on the ground, and it will be scooped and scored. And just like that, a quick start here at Ed Hopkins Stadium.
And that is called laying the boom. That is a perfect hit. That was just set up perfectly. Shoulder right to the chest and the ball. And man, oh man, that is a hard hit.
Yeah, and that was a play made there by Q Jackson. He was sitting there waiting for it. He was looking into the backfield. He's seen that flat coming down. He's playing that flat defender, and he's seen that person come into his flat zone, and he just boomed. And that's what we're talking about, Mason. That's what we're talking about. Who's gonna start off with this game with momentum? And that's what they just did here. 6 points up on the board already.
And that's just something that you dream about as a defensive player. Not defenseless. You don't want a guy defenseless, but you just want to hit somebody like that and force a fumble. That's just a dream you have. And perfect tackling. Shoulder to the ball, man.
The extra point is up, and it is good. Quick start, 15 seconds into the game. It's 7-0 Mustangs.
And that could have been called incomplete. I think it was this close. I think he took half a step, and that's why it was a fumble. But man, what a huge start for this Rodriguez team to get the home crowd going too.
Just enough for it to be considered a football move.
Yep, absolutely.
Getting the possession of the football, and fast start for Rodriguez. Lower expectations this year compared to the undefeated team last season, Dom, but it's a fast start, and you like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting me pumped up, and I'm over here in the booth or in the away crowd, and they're quiet.
Yeah.
We're looking over here, and they're quiet. They're starting to get their players. They're trying to get their players hyped up, but, keep the momentum going, keep it, tote the rock. That's what we like to see.
I expect Vacaville to continue to run their game plan, obviously. That's a huge hindering play, but it's basically the start of the game all over again, but you're down by 7.
Yeah, Dylan Shelton with the scoop and score after that hit by Q Jackson. This one's kicked deep, and Williams will go back to his own end zone. And it's blown dead.
Did he call a fair catch?
Must have been fair catch.
You're allowed to.
I didn't see a signal.
Okay, yeah. Weird.
And what we're expecting here for this Rodriguez defense, getting that 7 points now, is how can we build on that? How can we stack these building blocks to bury this Vacaville Bulldogs team? And, on the Vacaville side, with them, you know, like Mason said, it's the start of the game again, except you're down 7-0.
Yeah.
How can you come back? How can you come back from that?
You got to run the ball. I mean, that's simple what it is. It's still the start of the game. Don't let a turnover, a scoop and score hinder your game plan. Run the ball, stay to your identity. The game is not out of hand. But what a huge momentum shift for this Rodriguez team.
Well, play number 2, and the score is 7-0 here on the Solano College Sports Network.
And this is a must-win game, by the way, for both teams.
Jackson takes a snap, will hand it off up the middle for a gain of 5 on the play.
Yep, just like I said. And Mingo said it earlier with the smash mouth football, that's what we will see from both of these teams is running the ball. But I think what it will come down to is who as the quarterback can manage the game well. We know Trey Sias can make those big explosive plays, but if he can keep the ball in their hands, I think Rodriguez has a huge shot at winning this game. And with Vacaville, it's the same way. Keep chopping down the field, and then the explosive plays will come.
Jackson, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, takes a snap, looks left, throwing deep down that way, and it is caught on that left sideline. Pushed out of bounds at the 45.
Wow, that's an amazing catch right there. The coverage was solid too.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was tight coverage right there, just better offense by that receiver. Pretty sure that was number 1, Devin Bishop. He was able to make that catch on the sideline. He almost turned it up, but there was a tackle made.
Yeah, 5'11". He looks a little taller than that. Maybe not. He just seemed a little taller.
Jackson out of the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his right this time. We'll hand it off to Borison. He cuts it left, and Charles is in there to hold him to a minimum gain.
Yep, number 19, Darian Charles. He can play defense too. Just like Trey Sias, the backfield for the offense is very versatile. They both can play offense and they both can play defense. And they're both good players on both sides of the ball. He's playing outside linebacker, more of a nickel Sam position, while Trey he's switching in from that safety position to middle linebacker.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Utilize him more. He's such a gadget player on defense and offense.
A little bit of a tighter formation for the Bulldogs right now.
A tight, very tight formation. Now it's bunch.
Jackson takes a snap, and there will be a flag stopping this one. It'll be offside.
Yeah, he would. I think he was past the line of scrimmage when he motioned.
Yeah, or it was a false formation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Illegal formation, yes.
Maybe one person was on the ball that wasn't supposed to be, and then that flag was thrown by that ref.
Yeah, this just undisciplined football that you usually do not see from Vaca High. Vaca High has been one of probably the most well-coached team in the past few years for the MEL.
Jackson takes a snap under a lot of pressure immediately, throws this one over the middle, and it is caught for a gain of 15 on the play.
It's a good throw. With a guy in your face, throwing it in the middle of the field especially, wide open guy.
Yeah, Braden White.
Yeah, number 14.
Last time we had Vaca High on a broadcast, we had a post-game interview with Josh Mahika, and they were just on to next week. They didn't care about winning that football game. They were just already on to next week.
That's good.
Yep, it's
That's
always
culture.
about focusing on what's in front of you now.
Trips right. Still in that shotgun.
Jackson out of the shotgun formation, hands it off to Borison up the middle, and he will get a gain of maybe 3 on the play.
I like that they're running out of shotgun, but yeah, I mean, no pistol yet, no pistol formation.
Yeah, and this offense that they're running right now, they're running this trip set. We've seen this against the El Cerrito Gauchos. Don't get ready to expect a RPO-like type play where that slot receiver runs a curl route and that quarterback is looking to hand the ball off.
Under center, hands it off to Borison, and he is running tough tonight. Looks for another gain of 4 on the play.
And that's a lot of trust you have in your quarterback to be able to go under center, because even some rookies in the NFL, like, for example, Caleb Williams, never in his life was he under center. He was never under center in college or high school, and it was a lot of shotgun. And as a quarterback, that's so scary to turn your back towards the whole defense and hand it off or even play action. And that's just a lot of coaching trust in you as a quarterback.
Quarterback center exchange on the snaps, very tough thing to get down. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yep, watch number 14 and 5.
Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Borson again. He'll cut it to the left side, has some space. Good gain on the play for him.
And it looks like this Vacaville defense, you know, we said at the start of the game where this is going to be a smash-mouth football game where both teams are running the ball, and they're trying to get this Rodriguez defense conditioned that they're running the ball down the middle, and then look, 1 second they're going to, you know, they might look for a pop pass or a play action or that RPO like we've been talking about, because that's what they did against El Cerrito, and it worked, and it was successful.
Yeah, hard-nosed football team this Bulldogs team is. Motion out to the right. Jackson takes a snap, looks that way, throws, caught by Borson out of the backfield. He makes one defender miss and is tackled after a gain of 5, maybe 6 on the play.
You just got to take it straight up the field. That little cut was, I don't think it was needed, just trying to outrace him right there, but a decent gain.
Yeah, and one noticeable player that we do not see on this defensive side for the Rodriguez team is Amari Williams-Palomao. Is he actually had a season-ending injury, so he will not be with this team for the entirety of the season.
That's rough, man.
Big loss for that Mustangs team. Jackson takes a snap, throws left immediately, is caught, stays on his feet, and brought down after the first down. Looks to be Jake Williams out there on the left side.
And that right there was a great play by number 8, Brendan Jackson, to be able to comprehend that as a quarterback, to use an RPO into an offense, as he was handing the ball off but really looking at that screen pass that was going on that trip side, and he ended up seeing it open and he threw it.
Bulldogs are driving, 6 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to Borson up the middle. He has good room, tackled after a gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, this team, I mean, Vacaville has always been good at running the ball. Their scheme has worked. It's like the Niners for the quarterbacks, and this running back system has just been working forever. It feels like for 20 years, 20 plus years.
Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it to Braden White, and he is in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. What a response after the scoop and score by the Mustangs.
Now, that's just amazing play calling, that drive. All of that was just a great, beautiful, drawn-up drive, and it was a poetic drive, honestly. I mean, you ran the ball efficiently. You had RPOs, like Mingo said, that worked to just a perfect way, and the play action right there and the play action out to your tight end was perfect.
That was actually an RPO right there. That was the same play that they actually got yards on earlier, where they had that run trip side. And actually, they call that, I'm pretty sure that was either a bubble pass or a screen pass right there, only because you see that left tackle coming out to go block that cornerback. And
yeah, it was an out route by the tight end.
Yeah.
Zach Wheat on to kick the extra point.
RPO alert.
Extra point is up, and it is good. It'll be a tie game here with 5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first quarter.
Great response from this Vacaville team. Just like I said, you guys stay poised, stoic, as we still got a ball game.
Yeah, it was only 5 minutes and 43 seconds on this clock. It's 7-7, and the Bulldogs were able to emulate another scoring drive to tie this game up.
Yeah, the Mustangs, let's see what they've got on offense. I expect a lot of similar things. They don't run as much RPO, but I do expect a lot of play action, a lot of running, especially from Trey Saez today.
Zach Wheat will be the main kicker for this Bulldogs team, as we usually see, getting ready to kick this one away, teeing it up. And Darian Charles is back to return for the for the Mustangs.
And that's a player that we're looking to see good things from, as we've already seen him do a few good things on defense. And that, if you're Rodriguez and you want this momentum to keep going, get these fans rolling, get a good return here. Shut this Vacaville Bulldogs crowd behind us up and, get a touchdown or get into good range to where you can create a better drive.
Looks like it's a penalty on Rodriguez, though.
Yeah, they couldn't decide who they wanted on the field. Too many men out there. Back this one up just a tad.
And it's little things like this, little things like these little penalties, like Mason said, self-inflicting wounds cannot be happening.
Excuse me, it's Braden Watkins with the kickoff. Zach Wheat does the extra points. This one's fielded inside his own 5. Darren Charles trying to make some room up that right sideline. Be pushed out of bounds.
Now it's going to be, what can we see from the offense of this Rodriguez team? Trey Size at quarterback combating this offense, and we'll see if they can reciprocate the same type of drive that this Vacaville team did, even though they were down 7 with a fumble like it did happen in the first, pretty sure, 15 seconds of the game.
The first play of the game.
Yeah.
Man.
First
that
time,
was just an amazing hit.
It's going to be our first time seeing the Mustangs on offense here tonight, led by none other than Trey Saez. Got Darian Charles in the backfield with him, looking to have a bigger workload here tonight. Saez takes a snap, and there's the man himself, Darian Charles, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's just amazing pursuit right there. I think that was a blitz. They designed a blitz right there. Man, that was just overloading that whole right side. That's what it was, and that's what the scheme is. And just O-line could not handle that right there.
Yeah, and, this Vacaville team, they do a lot of preparation before their games, and, they were prepared for that. They knew that was coming, so you got to be one step ahead for the Rodriguez offense.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his left. Saez takes a snap, looks right, throws that way, and is dropped.
Wow.
The last time that we were here at this stadium, the team that was dropping the ball was Armio, not Rodriguez. So let's see if this Rodriguez team cannot emulate that in their offense. And let's see if they can change that up, get some completions going and getting down the field, because we can't be having they cannot be having drops like that.
Yeah, 3rd and long. You do not want to be in that situation.
3rd and 10. Saez takes a snap under a lot of pressure, rolling out to his left. And he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like. And his Bulldogs were just all over him.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said in the intro, is they work in space, they tackle in space, and that's what they would look to do. Is it seems like they're disguising a lot of their coverages and a lot of stunts at the line, and I think that's just perfect to what their game plan is, and trying to confuse this Rodriguez offense, and clearly that's what they did in that drive, and that was just perfect defense.
Well, these Bulldogs, they came up with a very calculated formula here on that first drive, stopping the main man, Darian Charles, like you were saying, trying to give him more carries and putting Trey Saez under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and speaking about what Mason just said about this Vacaville defense, when we seen them against the Gauchos, they run this 3-3 hybrid defense where they have an outside linebacker coming off the edge running stunts with a D tackle or a DN. That could be interchangeable, but
Saez takes the high snap, gets the kickoff. Devin Bishop will just let this one bounce. And it will be touched at the 45-yard line by Darian Charles.
That could have been worse. I mean, it almost got blocked, and the pursuit was just there. But way to get it out.
Yeah, and Jackson Holbein, he was just trying to block for Devin Bishop. Almost got pushed into the ball on that play.
Yeah, and as a defense for this Rodriguez team is, how can we adjust? How can we adjust from this? And let's see if we can get another stop, another forced fumble, another turnover, and get this energy going again. Because it sounds a little quiet now on both sides. I don't hear no crowd from either one
And it'll be Connor Owens in the backfield with Jackson. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Connor Owens, going deep down the left sideline, and it will be caught, but out of bounds. Great catch right there by Bishop. Just couldn't stay in bounds on that one.
I think he dropped it at the end. I think he didn't survive the ground.
Yeah, and that was a great catch there, but that's better defense by number 21, Andre Williams. Even though he didn't turn his head around, even though that receiver did catch the ball, he knew where he was at on the field. He knew he had the sideline to play with, squeezing that receiver off to it and wasn't allowing him to get his feet in bounds. Even though he made the catch, in his mind he was thinking, okay, if I get him out of bounds, it doesn't matter if he catches the ball or not, it's not going to count.
But Bishop is pretty good at the jump point with when he's trying to catch the ball on a jump ball. He times his jump very well, but that time, that was great coverage, like you said. Rodriguez needs to keep everything in front of them. That's the key, is keeping everybody in front of you. You cannot get beat as they're pressing.
Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Connor Owens. He has a lot of space up the middle.
And that's what the RPO set opens up for you, is the opening up of the line of the D-line. And as a D-line, you got to stay disciplined on what the play is. You can't just assume what the play automatically is and assume you're going to be rushing the passer. You got to be rushing. You got to be bull rushing. I need more physicality from this Rodriguez D-line.
Bishop and Williams at the top. But it'll just be another handoff to Connor Owens. Has a lot more space, making one man miss. Looks to be a gain of 12 on the play, and it's just back-to-back first downs by Connor Owens.
But that's just what's so good about Vacaville, is they've always had big linemen and always been able to push the line forward, and that's just what they expect to do, and that's their scheme.
Yeah, and then, you know, as you're talking about this Vacaville offense and their RPOs and what it does to the defense, is that it freezes up these linebackers. It freezes them up to not fill their gaps, or if they should be looking for a receiver to go tackle.
Yeah.
And that's why it's leaving these gaps open for these running backs.
Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Connor Owens once again, but this time it's stopped for a gain of 1 on the play.
That's more of what we usually see from that Rodriguez defense.
Yeah, they were able to sniff out that power play right there. Number 7, Dylan Shelton, was able to come up from his free safety nickel spot. You know, that interchangeable spot right there, making up that tackle with a number 11, Nehemiah Childs. He was also there around the area, forcing disruption at that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Rodriguez will have to start scoring points on offense if the Vacaville offense looks like this.
Jackson takes a snap, looking right, pump fakes, throws over the middle, and it is caught by Rogers, and he is in for a touchdown, Bulldogs.
Man, and that was just great blocking right there from that O-line. Gave him all the time in the world and almost threw a bad ball, but, you know, number 0 went up and got it. That's Brody Rogers, man. I mean, that's just a big guy. It's a great throw. Great catch, really. That was all a catch, actually. That was not a great throw.
Yeah, and number 8, Brendan Jackson, the quarterback, like you said, it could have been a worse throw.
Yeah.
That's why he pump faked, and, you know, he sat there with it, which, you know, that's giving props to the quarterback to be able to slow the game down for him and to be able to deliver that touchdown pass.
You just got to see that a little sooner, because eventually Rodriguez will have to clean that up, and when you're on Vacaville, as soon as you see it, you got to rip it.
Wheat's extra point is up and good. The score is 14-7 in favor of the Bulldogs with 1:47 left here in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter, JV game, and now this one.
It just seems like Vacaville was able to respond so well towards the adversity. It felt like they, in their hearts, felt like that was just a fluke. We're just going to keep doing our thing and on offense. And, I mean, methodical drives, just running the ball down their throats, and you get the down the field pass occasionally too. So, I mean, they just mix in and sprinkle in so many things. It's really a fortuitous situation to be in, because when you're on offense, you have so much creativity with the RPOs and the play actions. It's just incredible offense. And then this Rodriguez offense, we got to see some of that creativity. We saw some of that last year with their creativity. I think they need to get a little bit more creative with their offense.
Yeah, this game comes down to executing and performing as the ball is kicked away, and it will be fielded by Charles. Has some space up the middle. Charles has that breakaway speed, but there is a flag on the play. Charles down the right sideline has the kicker to beat, and he is gone. Touchdown Mustangs. Barring a penalty, we will have a tie game.
Oh, man, I think there might be illegal block in the back. Oh.
Officials will talk this one over, but what a return by Charles.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
That's just an unfortunate key of events that happened right there. If this is a flag for holding or blocking in the back, that erases that touchdown right there by number 19, Darian Charles.
And it was called a hold.
You hate to see that. And that's 10 yards back from where the penalty happened. Wow. That's a huge loss right there for the Mustangs. I mean, you really needed that to get the momentum back in your favor. And oh, man, that's a huge killer.
And there's that man, Darian Charles, right there on the screen that you were talking about, Domingo. And we saw that breakaway speed. He had the kicker to beat, and he got by him.
Yeah, and we seen that before he even got to that first level of blockers right there. He, like, shot out of a cannon and zoomed out of there. And, you know, for him right now, he's walking into the huddle. And if I'm him, I'm telling my team, okay, you know, we got this penalty, but it happened already.
Yeah.
The play happened already, even though it erased it. The game isn't over. It's still 1 minute and 32 seconds left in this first quarter, and we're trying to, you know, we're at adversity too. So let's see what we can do with it.
Sias motions a man over, rolling to his left, looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Intended target on the play is Kartik Joshi.
And the unfortunate part about that penalty is that you didn't even need to hold. I mean, he was on the complete opposite side of you, and his speed is enough to where it's not. You don't have to hold. I mean, I do have to. I would like to see that play again to see if he really did hold, because he was trying to argue that it wasn't a hold. But
yeah, Braden Watkins was the last man he had to beat, and he got by him.
Man, that's just a tough killer right there. But you know, like Mingo said, you got still 1 minute 25 in the first quarter. It's
Game
second
is
down.
far from over.
Just run the ball. You don't have to do too much. Trey Sias right there. I would like him to just run. I mean, you had nobody open at the start. You just run, get at least three or 4 yards, and there's another. Is there a penalty?
And the Mustangs seem to be backing up.
Oh, man.
Looks like there might be some type of correction or miscommunication by these refs. You know, we've seen this a few times in a few broadcasts that we've been in with the Armio Rodriguez game and then the El Cerrito Vacaville game. And, you know, these are things that you don't want to see for any side of the ball.
Handoff will be to the right side, staying on his feet, cutting it back the other way, but going nowhere. The Bulldogs are all over it, sniffing it out.
That's just amazing discipline from this Bulldogs team, staying put. If their contain wasn't there, I mean, you have to stay on your side. If all the players went to rush to get that one guy and he was still on his feet to cut back, I mean, that could have been a dangerous play. But that's just great discipline, great coaching right there. And this Bulldogs team, they're just flying everywhere. I mean, they're tackling in space. That's exactly what the game plan is. They have a lot of tackles this season, and we're seeing why.
Yeah, less than a minute to go, 45 seconds exactly on the clock right now, and the Mustangs.
Second and 20.
Second and 20. Sias looking right, throwing that direction, and it is caught out there, but not for many by Correa.
Yeah, it's going to be caught by number 3, Eddie Correa. You know, we haven't seen that much of him. You know, he's a senior, and, you know, he's starting to get into the offense a little bit. But for this Vacaville defense, I mean, this 3-3 style of defense right here, you know, the Mustangs don't have an answer for it right now. And I think that's what they're trying to figure out right now is how can we combat it? What can we do against it? And, you know, for Trey Sias as a quarterback, as the captain of this team, you got to figure out what you can do so your team can win.
And that will do it for the first quarter as the Mustangs just let this one wind down to end the quarter. It will be 3rd and 19 when we start the second quarter, and it's offense is not looking so good right now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs, I mean, they're fortunate to be even in this game 7-14 with that fumble recovery. It's just the offense hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove. I mean, it's just the easy stuff is not work. It's not, you're not getting 3 yards or 4 yards. You're getting stuffed, and that makes it hard to even be creative and throw the ball down the field or do anything of different sorts when you can't even get the small stuff to work. And that's all it really is going to take for this Rodriguez team. They're really momentum-driven offense to where if they have the momentum, they're clicking and running in all cylinders. But if they're not, it's just so hard for them to stay locked in the game and do the little things right. And that's really what it's going to come down to is if Rodriguez can do the right things on offense and block these Vacaville Bulldogs. And for the Bulldog side, it's really just keep playing defense and the offense will do the job.
Exactly, and for this Rodriguez offense, right now, with 7 points on the board from that fumble recovery, you're looking for a spark.
Yeah.
You're looking to get something. What can get this game going?
Sias takes a snap under a lot of pressure. Brody Rogers coming off the edge, sidearm pass, and it is intercepted, and it will be a turnover forced by the Bulldogs.
Oh my goodness. That pressure got there immediately. Both the tackles got beat. And number 0 was the one who forced that pressure, Brody Rogers.
And number 6, Dino Minicao came up with the interception there by
That's just great.
Bad choice by Trey Sias. As you know, sometimes right there you just got to take that sack. Sometimes,
Or throw it away.
Yeah, because you're going to have another opportunity. You don't want to give this Bulldogs offense better field position where they barely have to march down this field and get points.
Yeah.
But, a self-inflicting wound right now for this Vacaville team is that they got a
Taunting.
unsportsmanlike
A little
conduct.
too much celebrating going
taunting.
on their part.
I would have let it slide. You just see all he did was throw the ball up.
Well, he threw the ball up in front of the ref.
Yeah.
Hey, you do that at the high school level, you're going to get caught quite easily, excuse me.
Definitely when you throw the ball about 20 or 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah, right there, Trey. You just know when you got to live another day.
Jackson under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Borison. He has room up the middle for a gain of 3 on the play.
And that was a counter run right there. Snuffed out a little by Rodriguez. Rodriguez, you just, like Mingo said, you got to find a spark, whether it be on defense or on offense. As a defense, you be thinking to yourself, our offense isn't getting the job done, but we can do our job and stop this offense and even force some turnovers. If we have to score, we're going to have to score. So that's the mentality you should have as a defense.
Officially a gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Borison. Once again, has some room to the right side, but will be stopped. 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, it's just some big guys up front for this Vacaville team.
Yeah, number 14, Gideon Mayo, and number 24, Jordan Woods, there on the tackle. If these guys can be fundamental in knowing their gap schemes, knowing what gaps they should be playing in. If you're a Mike linebacker, you're reading A to A or B to B, that's what you're looking for. And if you see that gap open, you got to stay to your keys, fill it, make that tackle, and be fundamental. That's how you beat this Vacaville team.
Bulldogs have a 3rd and 3 coming up. And the Mustangs seem to be showing pressure. It's a reverse sweep, and they'll have a 1st down and more. It'll be Williams on that jet sweep.
It just seems this is a coaching masterclass right now from this Vacaville team. That was just an incredible play call. It completely faked out the Rodriguez front line and the linebackers. It froze the linebackers. They had no idea where the ball was until it was too late for the 1st down. That's an incredible play call. Incredible execution, too, because that's a hard play to execute.
Yeah, and plays like that, you don't learn how to defend those plays in the game.
Yeah.
You learn how to defend those plays in the film room.
Yep.
Or preparation
Absolutely.
before this game happens.
Yep.
So
got to see that.
Exactly, and it's just plays like those.
Jackson takes a snap, surveying the field, sees nothing over Mill. Now he does, and it is caught over there by Bishop.
Yeah, he's got all day in the pocket. He can just have a picnic in the pocket right now with the amount of pressure he is not seeing. It's just he has so much time to throw the ball, and his favorite target right now is Bishop. So keep feeding them, and they will have some decent results. So far, their offense is just moving regardless of what they call. mean, I expect a run right here.
Yeah, Jackson, 919 passing yards coming into the game,
Yeah.
8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, completing it at 70%. So not doing a bad job at the quarterback position on this varsity level. It's a handoff to Borson up the middle. He has a lot of space, and it will be a touchdown, Bulldogs.
Man.
Yeah, and on that play right there, I mean, what can you do? What can you do as a defense? That is a demoralizing play.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, I just watched half of the every single lineman be 5 yards down the field. And as a football player, you got to think like, what am I doing?
That's like disrespectful.
Yeah,
man.
you gotta
I mean,
stand your ground as a D lineman.
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
I don't care how big you are. Put your foot in the ground, split that double team, and at least try to do something. They're not getting no pressure right now, and they're not holding their run assignments right now. The rushing integrity rushing lanes, and it's just not. It's not looking too good for them right now.
Yeah, and it's looking amazing for this Vacaville sideline and this crowd. This crowd is surprisingly kind of more quiet than I would expect them to be.
This is what they're expecting.
Yeah, I mean, they've seen this for years. I mean, this kind of reminds me of the Packers fans that I've known for so long. As a Bears fan, just expecting greatness, and when you see it, it's whatever. But, I mean, that's just amazing, amazing blocking right there. That's all. This game so far, if you want to simplify it to just one word, lineman. That's what it is. It's the lineman and the trenches. Mustangs look unmotivated, if we're being frank, on the defense side, and it's just they're losing the battle in the trenches.
Watkins kicks this one away, and it'll be Darian Charles just letting that one sail out of bounds for the penalty.
Yeah, and it looks like this Vacaville team is not going to try to even get an attempt from number 19, Darian Charles, for him to even run the ball again, run it back again, because we know that he can do it multiple times, and that could be a spark that this team could be looking for. I was talking about that earlier, and sparks doesn't just have to be a positive play. And what I mean by that is it could even be a negative play where a ball could be caught down the field by this Vacaville offense, and maybe one of these the Mustangs defenders, they lay the boom or they make a big hit. Get your team energized, and that's how you're going to get a game started for this team. And
Somebody's just got to get in the head of everybody. Just get in the head and get them motivated.
Be a leader.
Mustangs on some slick ground right now. They're sputtering as it's a handoff to Darian Charles. He has room up the middle for a gain of 8.
That's exactly what I was saying. You got to do the little things right. When you get 8 yards or 7 yards or whatever it was to start the drive, that's what you need. That will be able to set up the play actions later where Trey Sias with his cannon of an arm can throw it down the field to Mayo. And that's really what you should be looking for as this Rodriguez team. And if you're thinking this game could be 21-14 without that penalty.
Sias takes a snap, hands it off again to Charles. A little bit of a weird exchange where Charles trying to do the best he can with it.
He got a little jiggy there. He juked out a couple defenders. He started going left, and he juked himself all the way to the right. But it's starting to seem that this offense this offense is starting to adjust to this Vacaville defense. If I'm the coordinator right now, I'm attacking the side of the defense where a linebacker is coming down, because he's supposed to be holding that outside edge. And if your linemen can get into the second level before they can even expect it, like watch, number 11 might be able to creep down on number 59 right quick.
You got to get this. I think it might be 4 down territory.
3rd and short. It's Dominic Charles in the backfield, and it will be a handoff to him. Just needs 1 yard, and he'll get it. 1st down Mustangs, and he stood up 5 yards after the marker.
And he ate that hit right there. He just kept moving even after he got bounced. That was just incredible, incredible blocking, and way to see the hole.
Yep, and just like his brother, they're both very explosive. And from what I've heard from the coaching staff at Rodriguez is that they're both level-headed kids, very good kids when it comes to not giving up.
Yeah.
Not giving up on this team, not giving up on their brothers, and not giving up on the game.
Well, you mentioned in a previous broadcast that Dominic might get some run with the varsity team, and here he is.
That's great. You need more explosiveness on this offense.
And he'll take the handoff once again, has some room on the right side. Another good run for the Charles brothers.
And that's why you just keep it going. Whoever has a high hand, when it's a game like this and you're down 14 in the first half and this game is still within reach, if a guy is your spark, you got to keep letting him use his fuel, because if you got fresh legs like that, you got to use them. So I think that's what they will continue to do. Even let him get out into space, run to the outside, and let him get 20, 30 yards, a big explosive play. That's really what this Mustangs team needs right now, is an explosive play.
Yep, light that fire.
Saez takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He has room on the right sideline, getting a block from Gideon Mayo. Cuts it back towards the middle. Saez has some space, and he will go the distance. Touchdown Mustangs. And just like that, they are back in it.
And just like that,
just like that,
what I just said.
What you just said.
You got to get that explosive play. And let it be known, this guy is the king of explosive plays. Trey Saez is that guy for you. And just amazing running. I mean, amazing read option, too. He had an option to either let the running back keep it or you keep it yourself. And that was just green grass in front of him. You're not going to be able to catch Trey Saez.
And that was on a power play. That was on a GT play where, number 0, Brody Rogers, is on that edge, and he committed straight to that running back because he's seen, okay, this guy's starting to run the ball, get 8, 12 yards. And so Trey was like, okay, you want to keep playing, I'm going to pull that, and he did.
The extra point attempt was about to be blocked, so it is just a mess of a play going on. It should be an incomplete pass, still fighting for the football.
I don't know how that's not a flag. I mean, he was holding him.
Eddie Correa with the hold, and he just threw that one to Trey Saez, and Saez tried to make a one-handed play, but it was going to go nowhere. Bulldogs were all over it. They got a good pressure through the line, and it will be a 13-21 ball game here.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a botched snap. But, man, what a huge play for this Mustangs team. Just like I said before that, is they needed that one explosive play to happen for them to get themselves back in it and to get themselves mentally back in it. And once you're able to do that and once you get it rolling, you'll be just fine. And Trey Saez, I mean, first of all, that was a great play call, and that was a great decision by Trey Saez. And that's just, you can't teach that natural talent that Trey just had. Is he could have just kept going straight up field and got tackled for a 30-yard gain.
Yeah, and that was just improvisation right there by Trey Saez. I mean, that's what he's been kind of quiet these last few games, but he just showed us right there that, hey, I still got it.
Yep.
I still got it, and if I need to put my team on my back, then that's what I got to do.
And he was a part of this squad last year that shocked the world and beat this Vacaville High squad. So,
yeah,
he wants that.
So was the man on my right.
Yeah, I was.
As this one's kicked away, and he'll be fielded by Bishop. He's going to fake the handoff. Some tricky special teams going on.
Way to stay disciplined, though, by that Rodriguez squad. I mean, special teams, people don't realize how important special teams is. It's even more highlighted in the high school game because of disciplinary acts like that, is just being able to stay your ground, stay where you're supposed to be, and contain. That's all you're taught on special teams, really, is to contain them outside. You don't want them to go outside or up the middle.
Yep, and holding those lanes, holding those rushing lanes.
Yep.
I mean, we could even refer that back to the touchdown play. Brody Rogers, he wasn't disciplined on his key. He decided to go for number 12, Dominic Charles, and then Trey Saez pulls it. And that right there was an example of being disciplined in your keys. Yep. If you're an edge, right, you're supposed to be containing. You're supposed to be reading the quarterback and the running back, holding that lane, going down the line. And he went down the line a little too fast.
That's your job. I mean, that's your job.
Another pre-snap penalty, so this will push the Bulldogs forward. And we can see the band in the background starting to get ready for halftime. Yep. We're halfway through this second quarter.
Feels like
almost.
This quarter kind of went faster than the first quarter.
It's feeling a little bit mixed here today.
Yeah.
A lot going on, a lot of action in this football game. As the snap is taken, up the middle for a lot of space.
And that play right there,
Connor Owens showing off the wheels on that play.
yeah, he definitely was. And that right there was from a mistake that was made by number 24, Jordan Woods, as he accidentally shooted the wrong gap right there, which led for that other gap to be open.
Bulldogs are going hurry up. Jackson looking down the left sideline, throwing towards Bishop, and it's out of bounds once again as it hit a coach on the sideline.
Yeah, and number 1 had number 1 beat right there. It seems like there was a little bit of a miscommunication between number 1, Jamani Elliott, and number 30, Q Jackson. But it looks like they're getting it situated down in the field, communicating to each other and making sure that everything is all right, and so that a play like that does not get open again.
Well, you can tell Jackson's not used to the wind here at Hopkins Stadium because he sailed that throw out of bounds by a good 5 yards.
Jackson, I mean, he's just got to put some more zip on that. Just get it to him. I mean, he had so much space to run. Just a miss.
Jackson hands his ball off to Connor Owens. Connor Owens makes one man miss, and he's running over another man. Gain of 15 on the play by Connor Owens.
Oh, my goodness. He just lowered the shoulder and got an extra 2 yards, man. I mean, that's textbook right there. Just met him down, met him pad to pad.
That's their power back right there. That's that that Sonic and Knuckles combo, like David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs on the Lions. It's Borgeson and Roman Connor Owens. We seen them when we did the against the Gauchos, against El Cerrito Gauchos, and they were doing the same thing that they're doing now.
Jackson under center takes the snap, hands it off to Connor Owens once again, and this running game is not being stopped by the Mustangs.
The Mustangs, I mean, we said it earlier. I mean, we said it time and time again. It's just D linemen have to be able to have some push on this O-line. The O-line has had a feast on them today so far. This Vacaville Bulldogs, they've just been dominating the trenches, and it's going to be hard for your offense to get back in the game if you can't get at least one stop. So you really need to hold this Vacaville team in this red zone, or nearly the red zone.
And that starts now.
Yeah.
And you got Braden White and Devin Bishop here at the bottom for Jackson, but he'll just hand this one off to Connor Owens. Why not stay with the high hand? Makes one defender miss, and he is in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
It seemed like that play was just destined. Owens, I mean, that was just free, easy pickings right there. It seemed like Rodriguez was scared to tackle the man. I mean, they didn't break down low, and they were kind of just scared to hit him and get hit. And that was just a free touchdown for him. Man.
Yeah, and he just walked in there like that was his house. Like, he just walked in the front door of his house and was like, you know what? I'm going to go chill on my couch.
Yep.
I'm going to go lay down, and he's celebrating on the sideline with his boys talking to him.
And the holes you have for this rushing attack is just – I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the O-line is just doing their job perfectly, and the zone blocking scheme really works for them. And, man, that's just amazing right now. I mean, Rodriguez is still in the game, though.
Score is 28-13, 4:43 left to play.
If Rodriguez can take up all of the rest of the half, and score a touchdown, they get ball at halftime. So then in the second half, you start off hot and you score a touchdown, then it'd be tie game, it'd be a shootout. That's what you have to be thinking of right now as a team. You have to be thinking, yep, we're going to have to score 40 to win. That's what Rodriguez's mindset should be right now, is score 40 to win.
And I'm looking for an explosive run by number 19 right now. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, Connor Owens came into the game with 261 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns, and he's adding on to that tonight.
Yeah, it's just easy pickings.
This one is kicked away, and it is in and out of the hands. Picked up at the 19-yard line, trying to make something happen. And brought down at the 24 is number 21, Andre Williams.
He looked like he was just too patient.
A little lost on that play.
Yeah, you just got to run.
Yeah, and look, number 19, Darian Jarls, he was like telling him, like,
back.
hey, bro, leave it there. Let me come pick it up since you dropped it already. But, you know, that's something that you can't really discuss during game time because there's people flying around, there's bullets flying around, and you don't want to get cracked and hit like that if it ends up, you know, something like that happening.
Yeah. I mean, you just offense, you saw some positives right there. So now you just capitalize. You got trips right.
And Gideon Mayo at the bottom of the screen here. You had to get a target today. As Sias hands this one off to Darian Charles, who has good speed. Will have a gain of 8 on the play.
Keep feeding Charles. I mean, he's just your guy that's going to give you 6 to 7 yards a carry. And, yeah, he's an explosive play guy. I mean, I want to see Gideon Mayo get a deep ball down the field.
Yeah, Gideon Mayo usually that deep threat on the outside for them.
But it looks like, you know, maybe Trey Size won't be looking at him because they're running a too high shell.
Yeah.
So, you know, that is something they got to look at.
Here's a blitz.
Darren Charles takes the handoff, and he will have enough for the first down.
And that's just, I mean, you being able to turn your legs like that and have enough power to run through people on top of already being the most explosive player on the field is just a huge, huge perk to have as a player.
Yeah, and, you know, one thing that can tell us a lot is about how these corners are aligning. As you can see, number 17 is looking into the offensive backfield. That can tell us a lot about the defense that they're in.
Sias takes a snap, looks right, throws, and it is dropped by Correa.
Yeah, I mean, that route, he just didn't sell the route enough. I mean, he's got to drop down, and he's got to come back to the ball. That's a tough route, though. I mean, that was a great play by the DB. Was that number 3? Was that number 3?
Indeed, it was number 3.
Yep, Connor Golden.
Yeah, that was just an amazing play by the safety right there. I mean, he was just there ready for it.
It was 3-on-3 crime, Golden on Correa.
We haven't seen a lot of Woods today.
2nd and 10, the handoff goes to Charles once again, breaking it to the outside. Looks to have a decent gain on 2nd down here. Will be 3rd and medium coming up.
He's just ready to run. I mean, that's just all it is. As soon as the hole is clogged up, he bounces it straight to the outside. That's great decision-making on the fly as a running back right now. And now you need to throw the ball. I mean, right now you need to throw the ball efficiently. I think Trey Sias, I think you can use your legs, get him on a rollout maybe, speed out, and have an idea to give him an option to run the ball as well.
Definitely. I mean, Brody Rogers, he's not staying disciplined. He's coming straight down that line really aggressively. If I'm Trey, I'm pulling it.
Trey Sias takes a snap, looking downfield. Brody Rogers getting that pressure on him, and Sias is going to go down.
And that was a great play there by number Brody Rogers. You know, I was just talking about how he was staying undisciplined, but, you know, he must have heard me and was like, you know what, I'm going to shut you up. So
and it looks like Rogers may be hurt on the play, staying down on the ground.
Personally, I would go for it. I feel like
now he gets right up.
Right now, it feels like 4-down territory, but it's really not. But I would go for it. I would still be aggressive here.
Yeah, Rogers is going to come off the field. Looks to have a hurt hand.
Oh. I don't think they're going to go for it.
My assumption may be he jammed a finger.
Or it's dislocated.
Or dislocated. I didn't want to
to
say that. Dislocations hurt quite a bit.
Because, look, he's –
I remember I dislocated my finger one time. It was my middle finger. Man.
Oh, no, it's definitely dislocated. It looks like he's trying to put it back in right now.
Yeah, Brody Rogers, tough man out there.
Yeah, it's –
Because that hurts. Dislocating,
yes, it does.
Dislocating a body part hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the thumb.
Fake punt. No, I don't even know if they probably do have a fake punt in their bag.
After looking at Brody Rogers' hand, his thumb is a little bit messed up.
Yeah, they're going to punt.
You know, that is not something that – ooh, that's all I got to say.
You've dislocated something, you said?
Yeah, I dislocated my middle finger. It was bad.
I dislocated my knee. That hurt quite a bit.
I dislocated my knee, too.
Sias high snap gets this one away clean, though. Bishop, he'll take a roll for the Mustangs. This one's going to get down inside the 10-yard line, it looks like, and Bishop wanted no business with it, so just let it roll.
Yeah, second best play of the night or third best play of the night for the Rodriguez Mustangs is a punt. And that's not something you usually want to hear, but, I mean, the best play of the night was probably the Trey Sias run, and then the second was the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Defense has to not allow any points right now.
Yeah, and they have to go punish this Vacaville offense right now if they even think about trying to walk down this field and score, because that's a sign of disrespect. If I'm that Rodriguez defense right now with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left, if you guys want to try to, run it to the half, that's cool, but I promise you this, if you try to score a touchdown, we're going to try to take it away from you.
And Brody Rogers is looking for his helmet on the sideline. He is just got up as Jackson takes a snap, throwing over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended target was Braden White.
Man, he was just wide open. I mean, you just can't miss him. And he's wide open down the middle. That's a hard throw to make in high school level, but you got to hit that. I mean, your coaches trust you to hit that, and that's at least a 20, 30-yard gain. So fortunate miss for this Rodriguez team. This Rodriguez team just looks like the slower team and less physical team.
Yeah, Brady White had room to run, just overthrown by Jackson as he takes a snap once again, going deep down the left sideline for Bishop, and it is incomplete, but there will be pass interference called as it was number 30, Q Jackson, in coverage.
Yeah, he got there just a little early. Man, that's tough. Still 2 minutes left, 2-minute drill. Now you got 15 extra yards for that. It's rough, man.
Yeah, at least it isn't a spot foul on the high school level.
Yeah,
it's not?
It's not a spot foul. It's just a 15-yard at the college and high school level. NFL's the only one who does spot foul.
I think NFL should go to the 15-yard. I think they should go to the 15-yard.
Yeah, and it looks like...
I feel like you're referencing this because the Bears lost on a bad pass interference one time.
No, it's just 15 yards. You got to, I don't know.
You don't believe that teams in the NFL earn those yards on the pass interference?
Well, no, because sometimes they just throw the ball, underthrow the ball, and it's just a spot foul because the corner doesn't see the ball, and the wide receiver's coming back, and he gets held. So
I could see your argument for it.
I think you should just be 15 yards for all of them, or spot foul for all of them.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Yep. And
same with OT.
Watch this RPO. Might be an RPO coming out here.
Got to get a stop here.
Jackson hands the ball off, and it will be stopped as Borison was on the carry.
Man, just the threat of the quarterback run is just enough to have a contained guy out there.
Freezing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've seen that a couple times tonight.
Yeah, and, they're having a screen over here set up, but it's like the run game is too good that they don't even have to go look at it.
Yeah.
They don't even have to go look at it. It looks like that inside slot right there.
As Jackson takes a snap, is surveying the field, throws it over the middle, and it is caught by number 19.
That was a pretty solid throw right there. If he had a little more power on it, he could have hit him in stride, but still a completion is a completion for a good amount of gains. So you take whatever you get, especially in 2 minutes.
Alderondo was the receiver who made the play.
And that was the inside slot that I was just talking about previously, and he got the ball.
Jackson takes a snap, is looking left, throwing a fade route for Alderondo, and he is not able to get there.
I think Rodriguez should scheme up a blitz right now. There's just too much comfortability in
that pocket.
Yeah, you just gotta you gotta win up front as a D line, or you gotta dial up a blitz right now because there's just too much time being had for this quarterback, and he just feels comfortable.
Yeah, and we know, we've spoken about it in the past, that this backside of this defense isn't as good as the front side of their defense, but with the loss of Amari Williams-Palomau, it could be evened out now because most of their pressure was coming from him.
Yep.
Jackson takes the snap, surveying the field, throwing over the middle, and it is caught by Golden.
Man, they're just moving down the field with ease. That's just, it's been great. Everything is running on all cylinders right now for this Vacaville Bulldogs team. The play calling is perfect as we're hitting under a minute. The route running is perfect, and the blocking is perfect, and the running is perfect.
Jackson take the snap. We've seen a lot of passes here on this drive under a lot of pressure. Rolling out to the right, there is a flag on the play, and it is hauled in by Bishop. What a catch.
That was a great catch there by number 1, Bishop, but it looks like that play will be getting called back by a holding call by one of the offensive linemen on the Bulldogs.
That's amazing.
Bishop celebrating the first down, but little does he know there's holding called.
That's an amazing throw and catch. But, Rodriguez, you got lucky with that. penalty. Now you got to make them pay. 40 seconds left. No points can be let up. No points at all.
Yeah, you
Bend, don't break.
You have a chance to get back in this game if you make a stop here. You get the ball at half. 42 seconds remaining in this first half.
A pick 6 would be ideal for this Rodriguez Mustangs team.
It's a lot to ask for.
Yeah, it is a lot to ask for.
Sounds like Isaiah Rogers on the Vikings.
Yeah, that was an amazing game by him, by the way.
Highest ever PFF grade in the game, by the way.
Yeah, dial up a blitz. I mean, we just saw some pressure, so keep getting there.
Jackson takes a snap at the screenplay out for Golden, and he has some room to work over the middle. Golden has a lot of space, takes on Trey Sias, but he's able to make the tackle.
And we've seen that play right there, that middle screen. Looks like that was middle screen left. That we've seen that against the Gauchos a lot. With the Gauchos defense, that they were ready for it and they contemplated on it. But this is their first time that we've seen it from this Bulldogs offense right now.
And
we'll have a timeout by the Bulldogs. And something to watch, Jackson kind of flexed his right knee out a little bit. Maybe tweaked it, but he will stay in the game.
And then there's Rogers right there.
Yeah, Brody Rogers standing right in front of us, holding his thumb. It's in a wrap right now. Still seems to be in a lot of pain, though.
I think he wants to get in the game. I think they just told him that he can't go in the game.
Yeah, losing a player like Brody Rogers is very significant, being 6'3", 200 pounds. He's their go-to tight end, their go-to D-end. And with something like that, with a finger injury, something as small as a finger, that could frustrate you as a person, as a player.
Well, it
definitely, he wanted to go back in the game as soon as he happened.
It definitely hinders him on the offensive side. On the defensive side, he might be able to club that one up, play through it a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But offensive side, he won't be able to play tight end with a hurt hand.
Yeah, you got 22 seconds. You got plenty of time right here.
Jackson takes a snap, but this one's blown dead immediately. Looks like we're going to have a false start penalty called.
Yep, you gotta stop him right now.
And someone in the crowd just said, "Hold your water," and I agree.
That was funny.
It's a common saying I actually use.
What does it mean?
It just means hold your water. Just stay tight, don't spill it. Because like when you're walking through your house after you fill up a glass at night, trying to get that cold water, walking to your room.
Yeah.
You're trying not to spill it,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to get on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't want to slip and fall.
Yeah,
you don't.
Jackson takes a snap, surveying the field, throwing to the left side. It is caught by Bishop, making some spectacular grabs here, thrown down, and it will be a timeout called by the Bulldogs.
Amazing throw, a touch throw right over the outstretched arms of the DB. That was nearly deflected or intercepted. Man,
beautiful touch by
too.
Jackson on that play.
Yeah,
that's the best throw we've seen all night.
Definitely, because number 7, Dylan Shelton, he read the eyes of the quarterback. He got if he was a little bit dropped back just a little bit more, he would have got an interception and got a hand on it. But that was just a great play by the quarterback, number 8, Brendan Jackson, and even a better catch in a way to high point it by number 1, Devin Bishop.
Yeah, that touch is just
all I'm
amazing.
hearing is Shelton was this close to being Isaiah Rogers.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had the fumble.
He forced actually in that
That's
Vikings game. He forced 2 fumbles, recovered his own, and returned it for a touchdown.
Man, yeah.
As a Vikings fan, I was happy.
That's probably the best.
My heart rate stayed at 80.
Yeah, put us on NFL Sports Network, guys.
I don't know if we're up for that yet.
We got 12 seconds left.
Always up for a challenge.
Indeed, we are. 12 seconds left here in the first half. Jackson takes a snap, surveying right, has no one open under a lot of pressure, scrambles up, throws over towards Bishop on the left side, but incomplete. 5 seconds remain.
Oh, man, that was nearly a strip sack fumble. I mean, how did he not? He had the man right in his hands. He had the ball right in front of him. I mean, he could have grabbed it and maybe take that all the way, but he just got out of his grip, and wow.
Yeah,
that was fortunate.
And that was great pressure forced by the front 4. They were able to get into that pocket, make him scramble around a little bit, and he had to force it, throw it away. And like you just said, almost a strip fumble. And, with 5 seconds left, that could be a turning point if they return it back.
We should see a shot towards the end zone here as 5 seconds is left in the first half. Jackson takes a snap, looking left over the middle now, and it is incomplete. bobbling it in his hands is Golden, but we will have a flag extending the half. Late penalty thrown.
And that right there was just a undesired penalty right there that was thrown by the ref, as number 19 Darian Charles came in there late to break that hit up.
No.
And he did not hit him in the crown of his helmet area or in the head. That was clear chest area, and I
don't know if they're calling it on the hit on Brady White before, because it looked like the ball was intended towards Golden, but White was
targeting. You think?
I don't think targeting. There's no way this is called targeting.
No, it can't.
They're gonna talk it over.
It was late flag if it's anything else.
Yeah, and they might reverse it. It seems like they might reverse it.
I would reverse it.
Yeah,
that was a clean hit. It was a hard hit, but it was a clean hit.
Yeah.
That should be half.
And they're going to call it. They're going to call it on number 19, Darian Charles, for unnecessary roughness.
Wow.
Which was very necessary so he could stop a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Golden was bobbling the ball in his hands. If Darian Charles doesn't come across and hit Golden, that's a touchdown.
I mean, I just don't see the thought process behind throwing the flag. Is that the end of the half, though? Oh, are they saying was it? What? So they're saying
and it looks like it is going to be the.
So they were just saying that it was.
And that looks like it's going to be the end of the half right there. I think it was because maybe the flag was thrown after.
And this
it was
play will carry over into the second half.
So the penalty would be enforced after the
flag,
halftime?
excuse me, will carry over into the second half.
Okay. Well, that's fine, I guess.
So first half thoughts, gentlemen?
I mean, we said all we need to say about the defense about Rod. And we just need to see more from them, obviously. But this Vacaville offense, we've said enough about them too. But I mean, they just been clicking, and that's all you really need. And they're doing the small things right, and Rod is not. And that's really the difference of the game is, can you block better than this other team? And they have. And Rodriguez on offense, I mean, you just got to stay more disciplined. They've been doing decent about the penalties. I mean, the huge penalty on special teams took back a touchdown. So just keep playing disciplined football.
Yeah, and this is what we expected coming into this game. We expected, smash mouth football, and that's what they're handling. That's what they're handling on offense and on defense, And this Vacaville team, Vacaville's always been known for their grittiness, to get their hand in the dirt, get dirty. And
absolutely,
we're expecting to see a little bit more of a comeback from this Rodriguez team to not let them
get ball at half,
get put in the fetal position, and let somebody just do whatever to them. So
score is 28-13 here on the Solano College Sports Network. We're gonna take a break for halftime, and on the other side, we will have Josh Mahika and Kaylee Bartlett with some halftime reports.
Thanks, Robert. First 24 minutes of action, the Bulldogs are up by a 2-score game. After the fumble during the opening drive, coaches on the sidelines for the Bulldogs were pretty upset about it, as they were trying to call an incomplete pass. But as a result, the referee's ruling on the field stands, as it was a fumble returned for a touchdown by the Mustangs. But the Bulldogs offense didn't waste any time, as they scored 2 touchdowns immediately, courtesy of their quarterback, number 8, Brendan Jackson, who had 2 passing touchdowns in his first quarter. Second quarter of action, the Bulldogs scored 2 more rushing touchdowns, courtesy of Dylan Borgeson and Roman Connor Owens, to extend the lead 28-13. Now on to you, Kaylee.
Thank you, Josh. Kaylee Bartlett checking back in with your halftime report. Excitingly, the Mustangs struck first with the defensive tackle scored by player 30 wide receiver Jackson. Of course, this was closely followed up by Trey Sias scoring, leaving the score 13-28. Now, Rodriguez came in with some heavy defense that's now been lacking this second quarter. Let's see if they have the energy and the motivation to take the second half back around.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education. College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
And halftime begins with the squib kick, and it is off Rodriguez, and it is recovered by Vacaville, and they will take over.
And that's not a way to start the game or start this half, but, you know, this Vacaville team, you know, they're starting off with this momentum, and they just pretty much caught this Rodriguez team off guard, and they're starting to go already, and they're picking up right where they left off.
Wow, I mean, that's just a unfortunate thing to happen for you if you're Rodriguez. I mean, that's just unexpected too. That was like reminiscent of the 2009 Super Bowl. I mean, the Saints coming out of halftime, and man, and Rodriguez needed to have a first drive touchdown to even stay in the game, and now you need to stop. So that's a shot to the heart, man.
Yeah, and they're down now. They're down even more than they were before.
Yeah,
you know,
your
they had a
morale
chance.
is terrible.
They had a chance.
And Jackson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Bishop on the reverse. Bishop getting a decent gain there on the play. And the flag comes out late.
Yeah, this game could get ugly and out of hand real quick.
And that's not what you'd like to see from the Mustangs. Not able to recover the kickoff, and some penalties flying up. Maybe some frustration boiling over.
Man, yeah, I can't even blame him, but that's rough. I mean, you have to find a way to get back in the game. It's only a 2-score game. You got to remember that. It's not over yet. You got to keep telling yourself, no matter how much you feel it's opposite and how much the energy is to the other side, you got to keep telling yourself, this game is not over. I can make a play for my team and my squad to get us back in this game. In Vacaville, you just know you're in their heads. You know that you're in their heads. You know you have all the momentum, and they're just going to continue and try and build off of that. But Rodriguez needs to stay in their heads knowing what they got to do.
And it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Connor Owens. He has a lot of space on that left side going up the middle, and he is down before the goal line.
And he's starting off right where he left off. I mean, this offense right now, they're so comfortable to where they're just pulling anything out of their playbook right now. The playbook is so deep right now where it's so open to where they're just doing whatever they want to this Rodriguez defense. And as a defense, like Mason said, that it's very demoralizing, very demoralizing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
And the snap is taken by Borjan, and he is in for a touchdown, Bulldogs. Not the way you'd like to start the second half if you're the Mustangs.
Man, I mean, just the sequence of events, man, are just so demoralizing and terrible for. And yeah, that's just something you can't have. The penalty, you're just frustrated. I know you're frustrated, but you gotta stay in it. But now it really has gotten out of hand right now.
Yeah, and for this Mustangs team, you know, as a quarterback for Trey Sias, and then as a running back for Darian Charles, you know, a defensive player and a kick returner, you know, you're asking yourself right now, what can I do? What can I do to help benefit my team to get on track? And as for the Vacaville side, they're hyped up right now. They're telling each other, let's go. You know, we got our hand in the dirt right now, and we're just pounding this rock. This is what we're doing. And, you know, we're going to keep, you know, putting this pain on this home team. You know, mind you, they're coming into this game, you know, saying, you know, we want the MEL back. You know, you guys had a fluke last year, and you guys might have won the MEL, but, you know, we're coming back to come take what's ours.
Yeah, this Bulldogs team, they're just taking advantage of the mistakes by the Mustangs.
It's really demoralizing for our Mustangs team, especially after a great year last year.
And this one is booted away as Darian Charles will come in and field this one. Has some room, but then is swallowed up around the 35.
And you can't help but just to think that, are you just really missing the Missouri brothers? And you just can't help but think. You just can't help but think it. I mean, it was a completely different team last year. It felt like the defense not really much changed. I mean, it's just the loss of your offensive playmakers really is kind of what has hindered right now. But
and also losing Miles King as your head coach, the culture has shifted quite a bit here at Ed Hopkins Stadium.
Yeah, the Wood culture seems to have been brought over to Rod.
Sias takes a snap, hands this one off to Charles, and it is stopped behind the line.
And that's going to be number 11, Roman Connor Owens. You know, we've talked about him. He just scored a touchdown, I'm pretty sure. He just scored a few touchdowns in this game, and he's making plays on the defensive side of the ball, you know, coming off that edge, running a stunt with that D tackle right there with that 3-3 formation up in the front. And they're trying to run this GT, this pull play, and it's just not working because they're running down that line and tackling that running back.
Sias takes a snap, looks right, throws that direction, and it is caught out there on the right sideline near midfield, pushed out of bounds.
There you go. Now this is what you have to start doing is just start throwing the ball down the field. The game is starting to get out of your hand, and it's a 22-point game, but there is a whole half to be played. So you got to think about it like that. There's a whole half to be played. We got 3 scores to get and even have a chance at this game. But, I mean, even if you score, you got to think that, I mean, you just got to play defense.
It was Nystra Glenn on that big play, and it is a handoff up the middle for a decent gain on the play.
And right now, for this Rodriguez team, they're thinking about what can we do on offense. And for this Vacaville team, they're thinking, how can we keep inflicting this pain? How can we keep inflicting these blows to where it's taking this Rodriguez team out mentally and physically? You know, they're laying boom, they're laying hits, and they're trying to get to that quarterback.
9:30 left here in the third quarter, and it is Charles who has a lot of speed down that right sideline. Big gain of 20 on the play.
Wow, it looked like that was a horse collar, but, I mean, that's just, I don't know if it was. I think might have gotten the shoulder pads, but
Mingo to my right over here is calling for the penalty.
I think it should have been, though. I mean, it looked like he grabbed it.
Yeah, it looks like it was a little bit of a controversial call right there. Or not controversial, but, you know, it looked like he grabbed some of the jersey, not really the horse collar. So I think that that's why the ref let it slide, and, you know, just got to be careful.
It'll be a handoff to the other Charles brother who breaks it away, to the right side, gain of 12 on the play.
Yeah, and so far it's kind of been on all 3 phases that Vaca High's been winning. I mean, on the offensive end, they've been able to run the ball more efficiently. Their line's been blocking very well, and their passing game has been working just as well as the running. I said that in the beginning, is they're a dual threat team, and in defense they're obviously dominating, and on special teams even on the onside kick and the penalty.
There'll be a handoff to Charles once again.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just getting stuffed every play. I mean, they're running these plays that they've been running all game, and the Vacaville Bulldogs team, they've been on it every single time. You know, you just got to give credit to the coaching of this Vacaville team and also the players, you know, the leaders, the captains, number 11, Roman Connor Owens at that Mike linebacker spot. You know, that's just something that you can attest to, that, you know, he's bringing his guys with him and he's telling them where to be, where to go.
And we knew that coming in, that they were a great coach team.
Sias takes a snap and it throws it towards Glenn, but he slipped and fell in the play as he wasn't expecting the football.
And on our side of the field, number 6, Kartik Joshi, you know, it looks like they ran the same concept on the other side, and he was wide open. Number 11, Roman Connor Owens, as we just previously mentioned, that was his man, as it looked like he was looking over to that side, and he was wide open on the out route, and Trace Ayers did not see him. So now let's see what they have coming up on offense, and this Vacaville crowd starting to get loud.
Yep.
As it is a handoff to Darian Charles once again, and it goes nowhere.
I mean, the key, I mean, it's just, we've been saying it all game. They have not been able to win up in the front end, in the middle, in the really anything. They haven't gotten anything going because they're losing the trench battle.
Yeah, and these players on the sideline of Vacaville, they're telling the crowd to get loud, and that's what it seems to be doing because, they're an away team. This is not their home stadium.
It is a big 4th down coming up, 4th and 8 to go with 7:50 left on that 3rd quarter clock. Saez pointing out the Mike linebacker, takes the snap, surveying the field, throws it to the left side, caught by Glenn, trying to make one-man miss, trying to reach for the 1st down. Did he get it? And yes, he did. They are saying he has enough for the 1st down.
Great effort right there in a must-get situation and quieted the crowd, quieted the sideline. Man, all I can think about right now, I know I shouldn't, is if you don't let that onside kick happen.
Yeah, if you don't, then you start with a little bit of momentum.
It is a handoff to Charles, and it looks like he is in for a touchdown. That is exactly what you needed if you're the Mustangs to get back into this one.
Man, it's an incredible play call, great running. You finally won up the front, but I mean that onside kick. It's just if you would have been able to have that onside kick recovered, and you had this drive first, it would have only been a 1-score game. But now you gotta let that behind you. You gotta let that behind you.
They're limiting.
Yeah.
My apologies, but
you're good.
They're limiting what they're bringing by that onside kick, and they could have done a lot more right there. He was talking to me, and they're trying to go for 2 now. They're trying to see if they can get it back in for that missed PAT attempt.
Yeah. Got to get it.
Motion to the right side by Saez, and he looks left, and he's throwing it, and it's incomplete. No one in the area.
You just got to give credit to this defense right here. I mean, they're just putting this pressure. Look at number 21 and number 11. Oh, no, excuse me, number 21, like I said previously, Gabriel Slade, he was all up in the face of Trey Saez right there, forcing him to, chuck that ball out and not get it completed to nobody.
Yeah. And the Mustangs, interesting going for 2 this early. I understand the situation. You're going to be down 2 points at some point. Might as well try to go for it, but 19-35 now, it's still looking bleak.
I mean, I said it before the offense even scored, that doesn't even give you any momentum just by scoring that touchdown. It's going to come down to defense. They know that, and they need to play better on defense. That's what it comes down to, and that's what the coach is telling them. The offense did their job. Now, defensively, do your job.
Well, it's a 16-point game, so Mustangs are going to have to convert on 2 two-point conversions.
Absolutely.
If they want to somehow find a way to tie this game.
And it's not very far off. I mean, 16 points is really only 2 possessions. And that's what
stops.
Yep, exactly. And that starts here with this kickoff right now. What can they do here?
Saez just squibs this one to the right side, and it is touched by Vacaville, but they are all over it after muffing the kick. Interesting going with the little squib onside kicks.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the difference between the 2 teams and how well the one side is coached and how they just a coaching difference, I feel like, right now.
Yeah, I would say that there's a coaching difference, but I also say that it's a performative difference where it looks like everyone on this offensive line right now, they're very, all of them are very close together. I know that they, wake up in the morning, I'm pretty sure, and have breakfast with their quarterback, and that's just a great way to be in tune with your quarterback and with the rest of your linemen.
This Jackson Katreya takes a snap. He hands it off to Borzen up the middle, and Borzen has a lot of room to the right side, shaking off defenders, has the 1st down.
And right there was 2 players there, number 18, Braden Hart, and number 4, Trey Saez. They were there in the backfield to make a tackle. But when you're reach tackling, like number 4, Trey Saez had done right there, that leaves a lot of room for that number 4, Dylan Borgeson, to, crack a run and get open, and that's what happened. And like we talked about at the start of the game, Mason and Robert, is that, fundamental football in tackling.
Yep.
We never stress this enough, that tackling is key in the game of football, especially on the side of defense. And that's just what they're not doing right now. And you just got to give credit to this Vacaville team. They're very well disciplined and well coached, especially these front 5 linemen. And Vacaville's always been known for their size up front, and they're using it to their advantage right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pure domination. I mean, whether you like it or not, if you're a Rodriguez fan, this is a nightmare. I mean, this is just going back to your roots of being stepped on every year. And last year you were able to overcome that, and you had that Cinderella story really, and you were dominating the whole season. But it's just, I mean, like we said, it's a shift in culture. This is kind of a figure it out year because it's a first-year head coach and Coach G. And it's a culture setting year. It's figuring out who wants to be here and who doesn't want to be here, and who wants to commit to the scheme that they want to play.
Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to Borgen, and he shakes one defender heading to the right sideline, and he is thrown out of bounds.
Just another example of not being able to wrap up and finish the tackle. I mean, he just shrugged him off.
Exactly, and he played it. Number 18, on the Rodriguez side, he played his keys right.
Yeah.
He ran down the line, but
Just
unfortunately, got to finish. It doesn't matter how you start; it's about how you finish. It's how you finish when the game has 000 on the clock.
And it's just small things like that. I mean, I've said it so many times. Small things like that. If you can do the small things right, you can win the margins, and that's really what it's come down to. The players and coaches will look back in this game if Rodriguez loses and be like, man, that one play hurt us or that penalty hurt us. But it came down to every little small thing that happened, just like that.
Jackson, high snap, but hands it off to Borgen, and he has room up the middle, shaking one defender, but getting grabbed and tackled by Dylan Shelton. He made a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
Another huge hole. I mean, that's just blocking from the big boys up front. And like you said, they've always been known to be huge guys up front. And, that's what's happening is the big guys up front are opening up the holes. They're pushing guys 5 yards down the field like it's nothing. And Rodriguez is really giving no push up front. So that's the difference in this game.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out what they can do defensively to stop their offensive rain right now.
Hand off to Borgen once again. Vacaville's just chewing the clock, and Borgen just keeps shaking off defenders, and there's a huddle after a first down by Borgen. It'll be 1st and goal coming up.
And their tackles are also big and athletic. I mean, you can see them moving down the field. A lot of RPOs, too, tonight. I mean, it really hasn't – they haven't even ran a lot of heavy personnel. Not a lot of 12 personnel, not a lot of 2 tight ends. But, I mean, when they do, it works. And when they don't, it works. I mean, it's just they can do whatever they want right now to this Rodriguez offense. And they're lifeless on the sideline. And this crowd is lifeless. They got people leaving already.
And now they got number 11, Roman Connor Owens.
It is a fake handoff, and it is caught by Brady White over there on the right side, but for a minimum game.
Good tackle.
Yeah, and they're using number 11 as eye candy right now. They're using him as eye candy because they know that he's been running all over them all this entire game with his power back like running style. And I feel like those front 4 and then that second level defenders and those linebackers, they're keeping their eyes in on him, and they're not reading their keys when it comes to those rollout plays like number 14.
And that's what I said
White, yeah.
at the start is they are really efficient in the passing game because of their run game to
Jackson
start.
takes a snap, hands it off to Borgen, and it's waiting for a signal.
That might be the first time we've seen the Bulldogs have a negative play all game. That was a negative 2-yard rush, I think.
Yeah, that one got by me. I was so used to seeing those big gains.
Yeah, he almost broke through.
Yeah, and those are the little things that this Rodriguez defense needs to start doing. as we just said, there's a lot of game left. It's a 2-possession game, but, you know, this Vacaville team, they're looking to score right now. They're not looking to settle for no 3 points. They're looking to get 6 up on the board right now.
Jackson takes a snap, looking right, pump fakes the throw, throwing it that way, and it is intercepted in the end zone.
Wow. That's a huge play right there. Number 30.
Q Jackson was the one who picked it off.
That's a big corner, too. That's a huge play. Maybe that gives you some momentum if you're Rodriguez. Now, it's a 2-possession game. If your offense goes down and scores, I mean, that's the stop that I was talking about.
Yep, that's what we were just talking about.
Your offense did their job, and you just did their job. You bend, and you didn't break. So now you're at the 20. Go get some touchdowns and keep it a game.
Well, if you're Brendan Jackson on that play, you just got to throw that one away. You can't just chuck it into the end zone.
Got greedy.
Yeah, like you just said, got greedy and got too comfortable right there. He got too comfortable. You know, he trusted in his guy to go get it.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes those are 50-50 balls, and sometimes it's not going to go your way. And now you've just given a little bit of life to this Rodriguez team, and let's see what they can do with it.
Sias takes a snap, hands it off to Darian Charles, who has a minimal gain.
Great run defense that we've seen from this Vacaville defense all game. And like we've just been repeating this over and over and over again, is that their defense is just, it's been highlighted this entire game. And also we haven't seen them on the field as much as their offense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, time of possession in
throw the ball
favor of the Bulldogs. As Sias takes a snap, looks left and looks right, rolling out to his right side, directing traffic, throws it, and it is intercepted, going down the sideline. And he is tackled out of bounds, number 17, Chance Fritsch. And that is not what you want to do if you're Trey Sias after getting back on the field on offense.
Yeah, that is definitely not something that you want to do. And we just talked about their defense and their offense. Vacaville's offense just gave Rodriguez a little bit of life, and they just took it away. They said, this is my ball, this is my rock, this is our game, and we're going to take it away from you. Literally taking it away from the receiver was number 17, Chance Fritz. And that was just a great play right there, being able to track that receiver, read the QB's eyes, play his read step, break on the ball, get there, and intercept that pass.
And that's just Trey Sias trying to do too much. I mean, that's the second time today where you just have to throw it away, cut your losses, or run the ball. I mean, it's just a mistake you can't have when your hopes are as dwindled as they already were. And now it's almost like if Vacaville scores,
Bulldogs getting on the line, hands it off to Boris Jackson, and the Mustangs are all over it. Darian Charles blowing up the play and getting the tackle for loss.
That was a suplex right there. That was impressive.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to blow off some steam from the score right now.
Man, it's a tough watch if you're a Rodriguez fan at home, but this is what you expect every year from the Bulldogs. I mean, you've grown to expect these kind of games for the Bulldogs. If you're a fan, if you're a student, if you're a player.
Same formation, hands it off to Connor Owens, and he shakes off a few defenders, and he is in for the touchdown. Connor Owens, it is his game tonight.
Yeah, that's just a grown man's move. I mean, he's just moving 4 people off of him, and he's scoring with ease.
Yeah, that's just something that this defense seems like they weren't ready for. They were not ready for this rushing attack. Yeah, they might have prepared for it, but this Vacaville team that knew that they were going to be prepared for it, but it didn't matter to them. They put their foot in the ground, kept churning that rock, and they got into the end zone for another time.
Yeah.
The extra point attempt is up, and it is good by Zach Wee, and the score is 42-19. I mean, Roman Connor Owens got to be the player of the game, right?
Absolutely.
We're 3 quarters through it. Yeah. He has multiple rushing touchdowns.
A lot of rushing yards.
Yeah.
It's been easy. I mean, really, it's been the players of the game. It's been the offensive line. I mean, if we did our post-game interview, we should get the whole offensive line. The whole offensive line.
Yeah, definitely, actually. That actually.
The interview, because, man, they just they deserve the recognition. I mean, we can talk about the position players, but they've been the offensive line, the big boys in the trenches, getting the job done, being the more physical team and more prepared team. Clearly, one team watched more film and were more locked in than the other.
And this one is kicked away and is fielded at the 35-yard line, bringing it up to the 40, 45, and tackled there. The Mustangs offense will take over.
And this score right now is just looking absolutely insane.
I mean, what you thought would be a 14-point swing in favor of the Mustangs, because everyone on that home sideline wanted them to go down and score after that interception, just to turn the ball right back over, and it ends up being a 14-point swing the other way.
That's just terrible for them. I mean, it's just nothing's gone right for them tonight. I mean, there's a few silver linings to it, but I mean, even the guys who play well have also had some very questionable plays for this Rodriguez team.
It'll be Charles on the handoff for a gain of 3, maybe 4. Still turning those legs. They haven't got him down on the ground yet.
And these are the kind of losses, well, if we chalk it up as a loss already.
It's a little early.
It is a little early, but it's 42-19. I mean, we've seen some crazy things happen.
We have indeed on a broadcast before.
If we barring something incredible, we've seen these fans have expectations like last year, and the expectations were met and beyond, and now you can't, as a Rodriguez team, it's hard to look back at this loss and be happy about it or anything.
Yeah, because you set yourself with, like you said, such high expectations. And
that will be the final play of the third quarter, was a run to Darian Charles. It'll be 3rd and short coming up when the fourth quarter continues. But back to you, Mingo.
And number 11, Roman Connor Owens, he's trying to, get this crowd hyped, even though they believe that this game is all in their hands and in no one else's. Because, if, like we just said, if it's not him being the player of the game, it's going to be the offensive line. But, it's his game right now, and no one's stopping him.
Well, we're through 3 quarters, and it looks like next week Vacaville and Vanden's going to be shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, I don't want to look too far ahead, but I want to go back to what I was talking about with Rodriguez is when you had such a successful season before, and it probably is the best season you've had since, 2012 or whatever year it was, and maybe the best year you had. And the way it ended last year, I mean, the injuries, they piled up. I mean, Mingo, you know yourself. I mean, with the injuries, that team could have went further than they did if they didn't get hurt. And now with the fans, when you look into the next year, like this year, you expect bigger things too, especially with the culture change. I know it's hard to expect bigger things, but the Rodriguez fans deserve better than what they've gotten tonight with the effort of this Rodriguez team.
Yeah, and they've just been outmatched, outplayed, like you said, in all aspects of the game. And it's not looking good for them.
As it is a run up the middle, it will be a first down Mustangs.
And they're just trying to get something, Yeah. I'm looking over into this Mustangs crowd right now, and I'm seeing not a lot of people. Not a lot. It looks like there's a lot of empty sections.
I've never seen the Mustangs sideline with the bleachers that they are right now
be so lifeless,
so empty and lifeless.
The soul taken away from them.
It is a handoff to Charles once again, that being Dominic.
And that is one positive, or 2 positive, you could say. The Charles brothers, I mean, they've come to play tonight. I mean, they had some few good runs. That's one thing you could be positive about and looking forward, because these are some young guys going forward. And that's something you got to look forward to, is including them in the game plan more often.
Sias takes a snap, hands it off to Dominic Charles. 4 straight carries for him, and he has a first down and more, shaking off a few defenders.
A touchdown saving tackle.
Game-saving tackle right there.
Yeah, 42-19, yeah, man.
You never know. It could be game-saving. By the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, that's.
We fast forward 11 minutes. You never know.
Yeah, that math. The math is not on the Rodriguez side.
The math is not mathing for them.
Shout out to our camera operators dealing with this wind, by the way.
Absolutely, it's cold.
5th straight carry for Charles, and he goes nowhere this time.
Seems like they're just letting this game go.
Yeah.
And we can look forward a little bit next week. So
Oh, you're okay with looking forward a little bit now.
Vacaville. Well, yeah, based on the play calling, it seems like they're
they're
willing to look forward too. So
yeah, because it's like, man, like.
Well, this is just to sum it all up. It's so lifeless, especially when you have the explosive start to the game. 15 seconds in, you have a big fumble return for a touchdown, and for the score to be 42-19 going into the fourth quarter is just lifeless.
Yeah.
It's not something you would expect if you were here the first 15 seconds of the
Saez
game.
rolls out to the right, throws it for Mayo's first target of the game coming in the fourth quarter.
And that's going to be good, tight coverage by number 17, Chance Fritz. We seen him get the interception earlier in this game. And, you know, they're just playing good defense on all levels of the ball, you know, in the defensive backfield or up front with those 7 guys or 6 or 7 guys, I'm pretty sure, because they run the 3-3. And, you know, this defensive scheme, you can only just appreciate something like this when it's just executed so well.
And the
Yeah, they're
wind
going to
is-
have a lot of positives in the film room.
Wind is picking up like crazy here. Motion to the left side by Saez. It's just a quarterback power with him to the right, and he gets a little bit of yardage on the play. It looks like 4th down is coming up. 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Score is 19-42 in favor of the Bulldogs, and they weren't all bark. They were all bite tonight.
Yeah, and it's impressive too, because the way the game started out is the opposite of what you wanted. I mean, a fumble recovered for a touchdown, and Rodriguez, I feel like they just didn't capitalize on the momentum at all on the defensive side. And it seems like they were just the less physical team today.
As Saez will just throw this one away. It looks like it's going to be intentional.
And it's 4th down.
Well,
You
it
gotta
doesn't
throw
even matter,
It doesn't
intentional
matter.
grounding or not.
He didn't even throw it, I mean, right there.
Maybe
gotta throw it to somebody.
Glenn might have been in the vicinity, but
You got to throw it up at least. I mean, a pick is better than an incomplete pass that you intentionally did. I
at
mean,
this
Yeah.
point in the game, absolutely.
And that's-
9:31 left here in the fourth
Yep,
quarter.
and that's going to be a reflection of how this team is feeling right now. You know, as a leader of a team, that's something that you can't be looking at. You can't be, you know, keeping your head down and stuff like that. And that's just how this whole entire team has been right now, is that they've been demoralized by this Vacaville team. And it looks like they're going to, you know, it looks like they're going to keep on pushing their rain down until that clock hits 0-0.
Yeah.
And it looks like Vacaville's just going to put in the backups here. Brendan Jackson out of the game now.
And a penalty immediately.
Well, that's what happens when you take the main guy off the field. I'm
Yeah.
kidding, of course.
Looks like number 7, Malachi Hunt, is
Yeah.
going to be
The
subbed
backup
in.
quarterback, junior. He is 5'8", 150. These minutes matter for these backup players, though.
Yeah, it does. You want to put something on for the tape and try and earn yourself some playing time. But really, if you look at the coach's point of view, Coach G, you look like you lost your players a little bit, and that's a hard thing to do, is try and gain their trust back and gain their respect back, honestly. And you need to, this game should be a wake-up call to the future.
It is a handoff off the middle, and Vacaville just producing these strong runners. It is number 21, Gabriel Slade.
And on Vacaville's side, I mean, must-win game today. And they dominated. And they're going to move on to be 4-2. What's that? 2-0 in the division. They beat Pioneer.
Yep.
And they have now beat Rodriguez, that also beat you last year at your home field for homecoming in a shocking fashion. And now this year, you came in and BTA, as the kids call it. And looking forward, you're going against Vanden. That's really what it's going to come down to, Vanden and Vaca High. And we will see who can take the MEL.
I mean, Malachi Hunt getting deep under center right there. He looked more like Jalen Hurts on.
And we'll be there for that game,
Yeah,
right?
we will. Yes, we will.
Yes, we
I'm
will.
excited. I'm very
We're
excited
talking
for that.
about next week of
Yep.
Vacaville versus Vanden.
We will be
at
at
Vaca
Vacaville.
High.
Yep. And that place is always electric. Always.
You know, they, not to say it, but they always put on a show. They got the fire before the game. Sometimes they have fireworks. Homecoming, we were there last year. Spectacular fireworks show at halftime.
They spent a lot of money
Just to
because they spent a lot of money for their football team because they've been so successful over the years. And, yeah, next week we will look forward to their matchup against Vanden.
Hunt hands it off to Slade, and there will be a flag in the play. We still got the referees involved.
Yeah, they get paid by game, not by hours. So they're going to try and do their job as efficient as possible.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's paid by game. I ref basketball games. Yeah, they ref you by game, not hours. So,
well, considering my umpiring background just a little bit, indeed that is true. It is by game.
I'm not going to get into the salary, but it's pretty nice money though. But yeah, the Vanden defense next week will definitely have a lot to handle in the run game and the offensive line and the front end. That's really what's going to come down to. Just like tonight, the trenches. We'll see how Vanden prepares because they'll be seeing this BTA on film. And with Vaca High, I mean, you just continue to have this kind of game plan. I think Vanden will have a lot of people in the box next week, and Vaca High will run a lot of screens like you guys saw at El Cerrito.
Yep.
And I think we will see a lot more screens and passes down the field in that Vanden versus Vaca High game.
Is it just me, or does the band usually stay on the Rodriguez sideline in the bleachers?
Yeah, usually, but
is it
not
just one of
much
those nights for them?
Yeah, I guess it's not much to sing about or play instruments about.
It is. It's a handoff to Slade, and he goes nowhere this time, being wrapped up by the Mustangs.
And as a team on both sides, this is something that you got to take into next week, especially for this Rodriguez side, is that, you know, unfortunately, you came up with a loss. And, you know, that's okay. You know, on to next week. Obviously, they're not thinking this right now because they are in the middle of a game, but that's just the mentality you got to have. And same thing for this Vacaville team. You know, they're thinking, okay, like how they were when we watched them against the Gauchos. They were saying, you know what, we won this game, on to the next.
As it is a quick game out of the backfield. Slade has a lot of room to run, heading up the middle and being tackled past midfield, but there is a flag on the play, so this one might be coming back.
And that jump pass was so impressive, but man, if it comes back, that's tough. But
Malachi Hunt showing why he's the backup quarterback. Got a little bit of skills going on there.
Yeah, I like to see that.
And I mean, look, they're doing this with their backups in, right?
Yeah. That's
it just shows how well this Bulldogs team is really coached. The backups care. The starters care. Everyone cares on this team. They play for each other. They don't play for themselves.
Right.
You just have so much fun on games like this, and you know, when you're a coach, it's just great to have this, but you know that you have to stay locked in because if you get a big head, next week can hit you fast. And in football, it's unforgiving. It comes at you fast. The next week goes by very quick when you win a game. When you win a game, the week goes by quick. And
6.5 minutes left to play. Hunt hands it off to Slade, and it's looked to be stuffed, but maybe pushed forward from 1 or 2 on the play.
And I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but number 52, Dylan Proctor, the center / guard listed on our roster here, he's been serving out pancakes like every single play, and I've seen he's been inflicting pain on this Vacaville Bulldogs team.
I think that's why we should get the whole offensive line. We should get
I
the
honestly,
whole
you know,
line.
I think they're the players of the game.
Yeah, they are. They just won the trench battle, and that's really what it came down to. And mistakes, small mistakes, obviously, from Rodriguez and the penalties, but I mean, yeah, that's just such an impressive performance by this team. And
it'll be 4th down and 10 coming up, 5:40 left here in the whole entire ball game.
You can see why Vaca High is a powerhouse in the MEL every year.
Down year for them last year, considering everything that happened. Rodriguez was just so dominating as Brady White gets this one away, and it's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
And it takes a sideways bounce, so in favor of no one.
And for the players of the game, one thing I would like to see, number 11, Roman Connor Owens being carried by the entire offensive line. That would be fun.
That'd be probably the most ideal scenario is letting the O-line and the running back get into it.
Yeah, I think they both.
Because indeed it is confirmed Roman Connor Owens will be interviewed by Josh Mojica after this one concludes. So you want to stick around for that one. The score not might be what you like, or it might be what you like, depending on who you're rooting for here tonight.
I think you really should watch the after interviews because it tells you a lot about the player themselves.
Dominic Charles having a big gain on this one. You could see why the sophomore was called up to this varsity team.
But it's when you see a guy talk after the game, depending on what they say, it's a huge important tell to how the culture is there. If he's humble and saying, yeah, on to next week, we got Vanden, it's going to be a tough game. That's the answer you want to hear if you're a fan. And even if they got confidence, it just knows that there's positives all around. Got a lot to look forward to.
Motion to the right side. Sias hands this one off to Dominic Charles once again, and he is just shifty.
And one thing that you can take from this game is that there's an upside to every story. In Rodriguez's upside, it's going to be number 12 and number 19, the Charles brothers. You know, even though they might have not won the battle, you know, soon coming, the war will be won for them in a later season. And for this Vacaville team,
as it is a handoff to
if we look forward
Charles
for Rodriguez, who do they play next week? I mean, that's really what you got to look.
Mason, I just got to talk to you. This is the most interesting way I've seen someone hold a headset.
Hey, listen, you know, it's a tough game.
A little bit of boredom kicking in?
No boredom. No boredom. Football is amazing.
Football is an amazing sport.
I want to talk about how Rodriguez can bounce back. I mean, the MEL is not out of reach, and playoffs is not out of reach. I mean, you got to think about it like that. If you're a player, it does feel like as a broadcaster that it's out of reach right now, but that's just because we have recency bias on what's going on in this game.
Indeed, recency bias is a hard thing to overcome, as it is a handoff to Charles. We've seen that a lot. Charles and Charles.
Yes, we have.
3:33 left here in the game. The score is 42-19 in favor of the Bulldogs.
yeah, and this Bulldogs team, you just got to give a testament to them that they've come into this home crowd, this home energy type feeling for this Mustangs team, and they've taken the life and the soul out of this team at their home turf. I mean, look at that play right there.
Exactly. This play is blowing up. Charles got the carry, but number 35, Javier Vargas, just came in and made the tackle. Junior, 5'10", 160, and
I'd like to give a shout-out to the PA announcer for this Rodriguez team. He does not have to say first down Mustangs this far into the game when it's this much of a blowout, but he's still doing his job. He's getting paid to do this, I think. I hope.
Indeed.
But, yeah, so I'm happy for him that he's doing that, still showing the same amount of
it'd be like
enthusiasm
the
no matter
PA
what.
announcer.
So that's amazing.
It'd be like the Vaca High.
At Vaca High, we stand.
And it's a deep ball to the right side, and it is caught, but out of bounds by Gideon Mayo. Are they saying he caught it inbounds?
At Vaca
No,
High,
they're saying out of bounds.
stand for the kickoff.
And it's showing the energy of this Vacaville team, even with this second string or third string in right now. I mean, it's beautiful to see when a team is still trying their hearts out. You know, even though they're getting backed up into their own red zone right now, they're still trying to fight, not letting no yards happen. Even if this is the backups, and you know, this is time for them to get shine on what they can do in games.
Quarterback keeper with Sias to the right sideline, fighting for a first down and thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes you just want a stat pad. I mean, when it's games like this, you just want to make yourself look as good as possible for the recruiters and you want offers. I mean, if you want to take this game serious, you want offers. So even if you're losing this bad, it shows to your character because
Yeah, you
no
never
matter how
know.
much talent you have, the scouts care about your characteristics. So it's just showing that you have still poised and trying your best, even as much of a blowout this game is.
Yeah, well, you never know who's watching here on the sidelines at a football game. Matters skill level. A scout could see something and they could like something.
Yeah, and even if the scout isn't even here for you.
As this is a handoff to Darian Charles, and he is in for a touchdown. Too little, too late.
There we go, stat padding. Got to do it. Got to do it.
Mason Flores loves it over here.
Yep. It's just amazing right there. I mean, it seems like Vaca High kind of got lackadaisical right there. Just they know they got this game in the bag, so you know, free charity touchdown right there. That's what I call that, classic charity touchdown.
And they're trying to, you know, make the score look a little bit reasonable when maybe when they get back to school and the questions are asked what happened.
Yeah, that one's gonna be on the film room. They're not really emulating what they had in the first half right there on defense.
Yeah, now the score doesn't look as bad, but no, I just want everybody to know that this was a truly dominating performance by this Vaca High team.
Score is 25-14 with less than 2 minutes to go. Yeah, and Domingo, it's as a former player for Rodriguez, how tough is it going through something like this?
Going through something like this, you know, a little bit of emotions after the game, and you start to wonder, like, you know, how can we get better from it? That's the positive way to look at it, even though, you know, you might be down. But this also goes for this Vacaville team, too. You know, this is universally sound when I'm talking about this Rodriguez team. It could also be talked about on this Vacaville team is, you know, ways to bounce back.
I'm pretty sure I see 2 people taking a nap on the sideline for this Vaca High team.
You know,
I mean, there's 2 people laying down on the side. I mean, they're just having the time of their life, really. It's a little cold to be taking a nap, though, outside.
Well, I mean,
They're bundled up.
when you're calling a game like this, you got to find whatever you can to talk about. And what are you gentlemen? Not that it's that point in the game, but we're gonna probably start talking about food. And Mason, you got any plans on food you want after this?
Hawaiian barbecue.
Canes,
Hawaiian barbecue.
Canes.
Yeah, well,
I got some Hawaiian barbecue waiting for me at home. The Hawaiian barbecue chicken.
that sounds really good, actually.
Barbecue. You know what? Barbecue chicken actually symbolizes what this game was for Vaca High and this O-line. It was barbecue chicken for them all day.
Indeed, it was barbecue chicken. And the ball.
Wait,
This is the longest last 2 minutes of my life.
and it
It
seems
looks like
that-
Rodriguez did cover an onside kick.
I mean, good for them for getting the onside kick right there. Then now they got to score a touchdown.
Looks like we.
If they get, wait, hold on.
Still a minute 54 left. No time has ticked off the clock since the previous touchdown. We are.
No, it's still a 3-possession game.
You know, there was no shot. You were trying to do math on that one, seeing if they could get into it. And we have a timeout called with a minute 54 left. 25-42 is the score.
You know what, guys? We can do this. That's what I would be saying in the Rodriguez huddle.
Coach is right.
Coach is right. We gotta play our game.
if we want to win.
Local time is 9:45 here, and I'm surprised we aren't just heading home right now. But we play out the final few minutes, no matter
Well,
what.
they should, when the game's this bad, they should let the commentators go out and play a down.
You have some hot takes right now.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Put me back in at middle linebacker.
Maybe let Holden Beers speak on the broadcast.
Let me be a
little bit.
quarterback for a drive.
They're Holden Beers out there. He would probably love it.
Yeah. I'll be the center.
Alma mater is Vaca High technically, as he graduated from there. As the snap is taken by Sayas, pump fakes to the right, scrambles up the middle, and he has a lot of green grass to run. Sayas making defenders miss, and he is brought down. There is flags on the play.
Wow. Penalty.
Yeah, we'll see what the penalty is, as Sayas had an amazing, spectacular, whatever extra word you want to call it here. As this play is being brought back with the minute 44 left here to play. This might be the longest 2 minutes I've ever experienced.
Yes, it is. And there's only been a total of 8 seconds that have come off the clock since the kickoff. And ladies and gentlemen, I do not like that one bit.
And the clock is
like it's
running
rolling.
now, as there's a minute 35 left here to play. As Trey
The
Sayas
clock is now running.
out of the shotgun formation. He takes a snap, is looking right, under a lot of pressure, rolling out to the right, throwing, and it is incomplete.
Sometimes games like this remind me of like a late Oakland A's game back in the day, where
Late Oakland A's
yeah,
game.
where the Oakland A's would either be losing 12-3 or winning 12-3, and people
Well, like 60% of the time when they were losing.
yeah, and people would just stay just cause in the Coliseum when it's super cold like this and just chilling on your phones in a blanket or whatever, just watching just because you spent $80 or $60 to be in those seats, you know?
Sounds like a personal experience I'm hearing right now.
Yes, it was.
When you paid $60 to $80 for an Oakland A's game?
No, I was just exaggerating
Okay.
for storytelling purposes.
There we go.
Robert, you know this, man. You know this.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Broadcasting etiquette. You got to exaggerate.
Sorry. As 111 is on the clock after the
Oh.
rush attempt, and we do have an injured player on the field.
And we got a
Looks like he has
cheer
a cramp.
Bulldog power. Wow.
Wait, what?
The cheerleaders are saying Bulldog power, and it is not looking good right now.
Yeah, it looks like either his ankle or looks like his hamstring. Something is hurting. Oh yeah, it's that hamstring. It's definitely that hamstring.
Checking out the knee right now a little bit too. So Mason Flores is letting out his frustration behind us a little bit. Always tough seeing players go down with injury.
You know, I got a story.
You do have a story.
When I tore my ACL,
Uh-huh. What
It
was
was-
this? What year?
2020. It was like early 2020.
Oh, prime COVID.
Before COVID.
Oh, before.
Like right before. It was like January. And it was right after basketball season. And I was playing basketball at the Duke Center.
Okay.
And I went up for a layup. And I got cut off under my feet. And I landed awkwardly with both of my knees. And I partially tore both of them. And I kept playing. And
Wait. Time out. You tore both of them.
Yeah, I did.
You tore both of them and you kept playing.
Yeah, I did.
Is this
you
Kobe
sound like
Tivity?
a dog right now.
Is this Kobe
honestly.
Tivity?
So I
As
did that
it is, excuse
because
me.
I thought I just hurt it slightly, and it was just like a cramp or something. And
Player being
It didn't hurt
helped
that
off
bad,
the
so.
field right now is Michael Freshour.
yeah, I hope
Freshour.
Michael's good.
Yeah.
It's probably an ankle. And
that looks-
yeah,
ugh.
injuries stink, and they're terrible for the game. Obviously, the worst in the game.
But
Mingo knows about it. Robert knows about it. I know about it. We know about injuries, and
they're part
especially
of the, game.
the lower body injuries. Those are the worst. So
Oh, yeah.
I really pray that he's good to continue the season, especially when the game's out of hand. You don't want to see injuries.
As the sideline is giving him a clap, and so are these fans here for the Bulldogs, as the clock will run now with 1:09 left here in the game. Trey Sayas out of the shotgun formation. Takes a snap, will hand it off to Dominic Charles, and he'll be a gain of maybe 5 on the play.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep trying to get something, you know, run this game clock out, finish the game, and, you know, as a Bulldogs fan or a person who supports this team, I believe that this is something that you expected as a team.
It's another handoff to Dominic Charles, and he is brought down, and you could signal and wave the white flag. Never mind, we are taking a timeout on the Rodriguez sideline.
My
Instead,
goodness.
the white hat is waving his hands.
He
said this
we
game
are
isn't
putting a
gonna be
halt
over.
to the white flag right now.
This game is not going to be over yet.
Coach G is he's trying to build momentum into next week.
You want to go score right now. You make the game look closer than it was,
And on to next week.
Yeah, but then on to next week, exactly. So you want to go score. Yeah, you're down by
Holden
3
Beers
scores.
to our right saying onside kick
Down
potentially
3
after
scores
the
with
touchdown.
29 seconds left. You can get 3 scores in 29 seconds. I'm sure.
It's possible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Odds are slim to none, but can be done. Score is 25-42 here on the Solano College Sports Network. And
Hey,
Vacaville.
listen, shout out to the fans that are still here. Shout out to the Vaca High families over here. They're just waiting. It's cold, People bundled up. But, hey,
Still got to support your team at the end of the day.
Vaca
You know what,
High,
you got-
they come out.
Hey,
and
people
support.
might have traveled really far for this one to see someone they know playing the game.
Yeah,
So I
sure,
respect that.
Sure. 29 seconds left.
As
Should be the last play, right?
On the Rodriguez crowd there, popping off some of their confetti cannons as it's a run by Charles once again, and it is a first down. There's a positive to that.
Did someone just
Did we call
pop their
another timeout?
confetti?
Yeah. Well, I was just saying that they're popping their confetti cannons because they're expecting a lot more touchdowns by this Mustangs team.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, confetti. Shout out to them. We got 15 seconds left. You got to score
Probably
right
the
now.
final play of the game as Trey Saez gets ready to take the snap. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, takes a snap, looking left, throws it to Dominic Charles out of the backfield. Charles makes one man miss. He's running up the middle, and the Bulldogs will tackle him as the horn sounds, and this one is over. Score is 42-25 in favor of the Bulldogs here at Ed Hopkins Stadium. Mason, Domingo, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think, we said it. We basically had our closing at the
fourth quarter.
End of the third quarter, basically.
Yeah.
Anything you want to re-say?
Yeah. The Vacaville offensive line completely dominated. That's just plain and simple. They completely dominated. And shout out to the receivers they ran their routes when they needed to, and they got their crucial catches when they needed to as well. And the quarterback, Jackson, he made his plays when he needed to. So got to commend them. And obviously the run game. Dominant as usual. And for Rodriguez, just keep your head up. I know it's so hard to do, and everybody tells you that, but keep your head up. You still got plenty of season to go.
Yeah, and, we expected to see hard-mouth football. Excuse me, not hard-mouth, smash-mouth football by this Vacaville team. And, they came out swinging. And they came out ending this boxing match with a knockout.
Yeah, as it was a dominating performance, once again. We're going to head down to the field with Josh Mahica as he's going to interview Roman Connor Owens. But as for us, Mason Flores, Domingo Danes, I'm Robert Murray. That'll do it for us here in the booth. Heading down to the field now.
Robert, thank you. Right now I'm joined with the best player of tonight's game, number 11, Roman Connor Owens. Roman, first of all, congratulations on your victory tonight. First of all, before coming in tonight's game, what did Coach Bob tell you guys as a motivation after last year's stunning loss against the Mustangs?
We just got to come in and thinking that the team cannot be with us. It's a new year, it's new us. We truly are improving every single game. We just can't let that old year distract us, and we truly just put that in tonight as the effort.
Great. Tonight, you did a tremendous performance, both offense and defensive end of the fields. 3 rushing touchdowns and a sack. What has led to your success tonight?
I think, honestly, one is my O-line on the offensive side of the ball. Those always block for me. They got one of the best lines in the league. They truly open the holes. They give me all my love for them, and truly that's what my offensive game goes around. And defensively, it's my defensive coordinator and the brothers around me. We rally to the ball, and we're always there for it. So it's a team success that leads to my success.
Great. And finally, next week, you guys are going back home, and you guys are facing another league rival, the Vanden Vikings, currently who's number 18 in the entire Sac-Wickeen section. How do you guys keep your momentum heading into next week?
We can't think of it as a different game. It's just the same game. We got to go 1-0 every week, and Vanden, we have always history with them that makes it a great game, so I'm really going to enjoy it. So we gotta keep it rolling, go 1-0, and not think of it as a different team.
Great. Thanks so much for your time, Roma, and once again, congratulations on the victory. Yep. And that is it for tonight's action as the Vacaville Bulldogs have completed their redemption against the Rodriguez Mustangs. 42-25 is the final score and extends their winning streak to 4 games. Once again, my name is Josh Mojica, and on behalf of my fellow broadcasters and our producers, we would like to thank you for tuning in with us tonight. And we will see you guys again here at Solano College Sports Network.